Soundstripe.
Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we're going to be talking about one of the hot topics in the firearms world, and that is the Sig 320. I'm sure we've all seen everything going on. We're going to get to that as we go through all this. But starting off looking at the P320, really did come out as kind of a revolutionary design. Created a fully modular handgun system, which made it very useful across different branches of the military, as well as police, and then even into more of the world that I am involved with, and that is competitive shooting. First released 2014, the P320 broke ground with that modular fire control unit, the FCU. So basically, instead of the lower frame or the slide being the serialized portion, it was the fire control unit on the inside. So basically, you could change everything around it, be able to order whatever parts you needed. Now, in 2017, the U.S. military adopted it as the M17 and as well as the compact M18 under the new modular handgun system. But amid praise for its flexibility came a fault line. Concerns about unintentional discharges when dropped firearms started to happen not long after. SIG in 2017 first offered a voluntary upgrade, but questions continue to persist. As of recent, July 20th, so 10 days ago at the time of filming this, Airman out of the 90th Security Forces Squadron at Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming died from his M18 pistol. I'm not 100% sure on the details. From my understanding, he took it, the holster, the Safari Land with the quick disconnect, took it off, set it on the table, proceeded to sit in the direction of the muzzle, and the firearm went off. The Air Force immediately paused the use of the M18 across the Global Strike Command. So that is not all of Mother Air Force. That is just the Global Strike Command, but that is still home to 33,000 plus airmen. It has replaced the handguns with M4 rifles, pending safety checks and inspections of 100% of its M18s. Multiple investigations, including Air Force Office of Special Investigations and the Command's Safety Office, are determining whether the faulty or negligent pull of an uncommanded discharge or it is something else entirely. There was just the one video that came through. I really drawn a blank on the channel, but the gentleman showed where if you were to take and essentially preload the trigger by as little as 1 millimeter, and then you took and you shook the top of the firearm at the slide, it would unintentionally discharge a round. This recent tragedy adds weight to over 100 reported incidents since 2023, where users allege P320 firearms discharged without trigger contact have resulted in everything from injury to death. Dozens of lawsuits accuse SIG of negligence and a defective design, with plaintiffs, including injured officers, demanding accountability. The family of Airman Levin has publicly urged the military and law enforcement to discontinue the use of P320 variants nationwide, calling the weapon dangerously defective in its current form. I know there was the stuff that came out, showed the orders from Upper Air Force stating that they all needed to be inspected. You can find those documents online, read through them, decide for yourself whether or not you think their inspection process is actually worthy of continuing to use these in service. Sig Sauer actually contests that the P320 cannot ever fire without a trigger pull and labels unsupported claims as profiteering and misinformation. That's a hell of a way to present misinformation. At this point, we have everything but an arms crossed video of one going off in a holster. That one's for you, DJ. The company insists the pistol meets or exceeds industry safe standards and has cooperated with the Air Force investigations. Yet critics continue to argue the striker-fired mechanism held under spring tension at rest, combined with no external manual safety on civilian models, can make the P320 uniquely prone to accidental discharges, unlike everybody's beloved Glocks and or Smith & Wesson pistols. I think as time continues to go on, we're going to see ongoing investigations. Findings will influence whether the Air Force lifts its handgun suspension or mandates removable safeties. I know different offices within the government have banned its use. We're starting to see more and more ranges not allowing them to be used in matches. I've even seen one club put out that they will just not allow them in their USPSA matches at all. Agencies like Dallas and Milwaukee Police have already discontinued the weapon. Some state training facilities and private ranges no longer allow them, as we were saying. It's really growing every day, the list of places that aren't allowing them to be used. Today, in my opinion, the P320 stands at an intersection of both innovation and controversy. It was once heralded as a modular engineering at its finest. It now faces scrutiny amid safety concerns that extend from civilian and law enforcement use to fatal military incidents. If you're involved in training, procurement, or own a P320 variant, first thing I would tell you to do is check its upgrade status. The eligibility of the 2017 drop fire retrofit is what I'm talking about. You can actually go online to SIG's website. You can type in the serial number and see if you have received it on your firearm. Otherwise, you can then have it sent in for that. In general, always follow best safety practices. Always treat a firearm as loaded unless verified otherwise. There are conditions of safe, things like being holstered, slung firearms with the safety on. Those are basic conditions of safe. We're going to go a little bit above and beyond of that, and we're going to start looking at our basic principles of firearm safety. Don't point the weapon at anything you don't intend to destroy. Even if it is in a condition of safe, with a P320 is probably a good way to go about it moving forward. I really hope they get it together. SIG, I've always thought, was a phenomenal firearm manufacturer. I have always loved 226s, 229s. I've even owned a P320 at one point. Thought the firearm shot fantastic. Didn't keep it for long, though, when all these things started to float around. Ended up getting rid of it. Right now, I'm seeing reports where gun stores are purchasing them for as little as $150, even down to $100, and then even more gun stores have even just stopped buying them because people are just trying to offload and get rid of them. I hope SIG comes up with an actual fix for this. I hope they start owning up to what seems to be a factual reality when it comes to these firearms. Only time will tell, though. Till then, curious to see what your guys' opinions are. Please leave them down in the comment section. Love to see some conversations start to go back and forth on people's thoughts and their opinions on ownership. Carrying these, using them. I know you will not find this thing anywhere near an appendix holster with me. I'll stick with my Glock frame firearms for that. Until then, hope you guys enjoy the content as always. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We are currently pressing t-shirts as they are ordered, so if you're looking for one, feel free to get a hold of us. Doesn't include the bear yet. We're going to have stickers with our bear there, actually going for the whole flock of characters, if you know what that bear looks like. Yeah, till next time. Thanks, guys.